Good morning, all. Am I audible?
Please let me know because I just connected in. Okay, fine. Okay, good morning all. How are you all? How are you, sir? Weekend. We people tried to do the installation. Good morning. We'll start our class today. So that day we started off with an introduction of big data. Okay, so today I'll continue with the Hadoop ecosystem, and then we will do the installation. Did you people tried installing that? Did you people go through the slide? I didn't put that video. I think only the PPT I have put. Installation will be easy. It is not like installation of other components. It is like a configuration only. Okay, we will do that today. So Hadoop Echo, big data we try to understand on that day. So what is a big data is? It is a huge volume of a data which is not in any structured format. So that is the reason a new environment or a new application or a new technology is needed to handle those amount of huge data which cannot be handled by the traditional databases. So mainly this is a developed, this Hadoop is a developed from by Google. Okay, they come up. If you remember it, earlier when the search engines were coming up, the Google was the famous one. When Google launched the search engine, it was very famous, and they were using the technology like a parallel computing. You may, if you are a computer science background, there may be electives in your masters like a parallel computing, like they will have a multiple servers. A server, I say nodes also we can say. All those are machines. Now we have one single desktop, right? Single desktop with a single CPU. So that is, it is containing a central processing unit. Okay, that is a server we can say. Or multiple nodes. Similarly, uh, multiple nodes can be present, that can be connected, that can be asked, or that can be connected through an internet, and each CPU will do certain tasks. Okay, that's how, I mean, it will do parallelly. One CPU can run one task, and another CPU can run another task. It will divide the tasks and run in a different machines. Okay, it will run parallelly. In a single CPU, you cannot run parallelly. Okay, every time in a single CPU, it is always a one task at a time. Okay, just a moment. Just a moment. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Okay. Um, what I was talking about the servers are distributed. So what earlier they may be having a multiple, I mean little number of servers where the search will be searching and get retrieving the results of for the user will be lesser. So when later on the searches has increased, that people started using more of internet and they are using everything. Even now we know, right? Everything, if you want to see whether internet is present, we will type only Google and search. So the number of search queries has increased a huge number, which cannot be handled by a single server. What I mean by a single server means, it means Google is storing a huge amount of data, right? If you make a search query uh, for a data, it cannot retrieve the data. They will distribute the data and keep it. They will not save the data in a single server itself. In that cases, then the queries has to be distributed to all the machines. What I mean to say here is, can write it. Okay, I'm not connected to that machine. Okay, I'll try. The infrastructure in big data to be followed is data should be divided in multiple servers, because sorry, it is a huge amount of data, right? It cannot be present in a single server itself. Say I have a file of like 1,000 MB. Okay, say I'm writing in mouse, so it will be like voice. Please adjust. Later on, I'll change it. Okay, say for example, this cannot be stored in a single server itself. This is less data talking about. Since we are talking about a data say in a zettabytes, you imagine I showed no, it is 1,000 × 7. Okay, in power 7, so that many times the data will be there. You cannot store it. No, even if you try to store in a single server, it doesn't make any sense at all. Like you cannot run it. You have to write a powerful logic to fetch the data, search through all the, if it is in a databases, if it is in a traditional database, search all the rows and columns. In that case, what they will do, they will divide the data. Say for example, here they will put 100 MB, here they will put 100 MB, here they will put 100 MB. What do I mean by 100 MB? 100 MB means if I have a text file of 1,000 MB, and they will divide the text file. Say for example, it is having 1,000 lines. Okay, so first 100 lines to be put in first server, next 100 lines in the next server, and the remaining 100 lines to be present in the remaining server. Okay, so somebody is passing a search query to find some word, so meaning for, or they wanted to learn uh, Hadoop. Okay, they the type of word in the Google search Hadoop. Okay, so what it will do, it can be, the data can be here also in this first server also, it can be in the second server also, or it can be in the third server also. Okay, the processing, like to find the value for Hadoop, the word Hadoop will happen here, here and here simultaneously. That is what parallel processing I mean to say. You understand, right? Say for example, in the 1,000 lines of text file, Hadoop can be in the in the last portion, that the information about Hadoop. This may not be meaningful, but I'm just trying to explain you how the processing can be done. Okay, so in that cases they have to, Google has to come up with a powerful engine to search the data, and distribute the data and search it. Okay, what they did is, first they have to distribute whatever the data information they are having it. They cannot put it in a single server. The main disadvantages is, if you put it in a single server, then if that is server crashes, you have to have a replication of that, and the processing of a whole information in a particular machine itself will be long. Processing in the sense, the whole 1,000 MB you put it in one machine, and it will go by line, or if you're giving some indexing, I told no, like you can have an indexing which helps to search, do a faster search, that will be longer, and it will not be efficient also. Whereas if it is a distributed architecture, it will be easy, like each server, you can run the processing parallelly and get the results together, and you can accumulate the results. Okay, whatever the results which are coming from each of the server, that you can accumulate it and give it to the user means us or the clients, whoever is making the query. For this reason, they have come up with a Google file system. Okay, from which from this only the Hadoop or the file system, which is nothing but HDFS, has evolved. Okay, initially Google has come up with a Google file system. This is the distributed file system. When I say distributed, it means the data or the information which the users are looking for are distributed. It will not be present in a single server, a single machine, or you can also call it as a single node. We keep calling it as a node. Okay, it will be distributed among different nodes. Okay, and what other thing? Okay, so I just thought of telling you about the HDFS, that is a distribution, and okay, another thing is we are talking about a big data. I told, so big data is like whenever if it is the volume is huge and the rate at which the information is coming from the outside world is faster, and the type of the data, whether it can be the data can be structured or unstructured or semi-structured data. And if the there are four V's when if you are going to define about a big data. Okay, velocity, veracity. I'll show that in the slide. Volume and there is one more thing. The other one is not here. Recently, it is there. It is about the value also. This five V's comprises or tells a data is a big data. Okay, velocity is velocity is the speed. Okay, if you consider about the speed of a data which keeps changing in the stock markets or the social media networks, those we say we those data we can think of like a big data. Okay, and what will be the difficulty in those type of data, analyzing those type of data is like we have to capture those data, we have to collect that, we have to also process it, and we will analyze the data. So what we do with the big data, we wanted to arrive at any big business solutions, right? Business solutions means we have to come to a conclusion. We have so much of the data. With the data, what we are going to do, we are going to come to a conclusion or use a bring get an out, so that we will arrive at a business solution and we will apply to our business so that our business will flourish. And another one is the volume. I told you it is a very huge amount of data. Okay, and like real stream data and all which we are writing on the data which we enter in our WhatsApp or Facebook or anything is data only. So it is very huge volume. And big data is also yeah, data it can also be called if it is varied by the structures. Okay, structures are like semi structured, unstructured, and it can be structured also. And it is by the data will not be clean. I think in your machine learning you will be doing some analysis of the data, right? Like null values and all, you will remove it. When you are having a data set, you take a data set and there, whenever there are null values, that you will remove it to process the data, right? Because null is not going to make any sense. Likewise, so uh, we get unclean data, there will be null values, there will not be any data at all. For that only I told, like imagine that if they have set a camera in the highways to no, they are going to automate a machine. Okay, automate a car. Okay, for automatic, we have to learn it. No, we have to teach it. We have to make it as learning. Like machine learning process has to happen. For that, we need a set of data, like how the drivers are driving the car in the highways, when they put brakes, how when they reduce the speed, all those patterns we know it. Then only we can train our machine to behave like that. When you keep the sensors over there, or when you keep any machine to capture all this information, it will also get have um, imprecise data, we can say, or the data which are not related to our machine training itself. Okay, to make a machine learning itself, that data will not be useful at all. So those data will be unclean also. So when you are going to process those data, you have to clean that. Okay, and the value is like you have to convert the fifth v is value. So converting this all that this type of data into a meaningful result, to bring a meaningful result, that will be like a business. Okay, we are adding a value to the huge volume of a data is the value. Okay, okay, is this fine? This volume, velocity, variety, and veracity, I told that day itself, but I thought that I will tell again. Is this fine? So they may ask you what you call is as a big data. What is a big data? That time you can say a data which is having all these characteristics. We can call it as a big data. I have okay. I have the definition also, I think. Okay, this one like refers to a data set which is too large and too complex for ordinary computing devices to process. This we call it as a big data. This histories and all you can read it through, and what are the 4 v's or 5 v's they can ask, you can tell all this, and each what is the difference. Okay, nowadays the data is in the form of zettabytes, not petabytes. Petabytes is a little lower than the zettabytes. Okay, furthermore, these are the example. So how do they do it? It says this large amount of a data is present. How do we work on that data? What they do is they follow an approach. That's what the technology of Hadoop came into picture. We follow the approach of dividing and conquering the data. Okay, divide the data between different nodes. There will be multiple worker nodes. They will say, okay, like multiple servers. Okay, that will process each of your information or each of the query, or that will process the data itself. Data will be present in the worker nodes, that will process on the data and give us a proper result. Say for example, if a Google is passing a search query over here, this you can call it as a in big data. How the architecture they used to work is using the master slave architecture. Okay, master slave architecture. The master will be receiving the queries or the uh, client requests. Okay, client request means we can be the client, we are passing a search query to the master. Then the master will take that query and send it to each of the worker. Why we have a different workers means, say I told like zettabytes of data cannot be present in a single, we cannot put it in a single machine, it will be put in a different machines. Okay, and after all this processing is done, the results will be combined together and give us an output to the client. Okay, actually, another reason why we go for the distributed architecture is, mm, distributed architecture. Did you understand? Right? It is like a master and many slaves. Many slaves in the sense many nodes will be there, where data will be present in each of these nodes. Okay, and processing will happen. Everything we will see, what is processing, how it is happening, and all that we will see it in later classes. This is the introductory only. And here each node will do a separate processing, the results will be combined together and given to the client. So this is the distributed architecture. Okay, see, if we are going for the traditional databases, the server where we store the um, database information, that are rows and column information, should be uh, available all the time, right? It should not be, if the node is down or if the node is crashed, then that information will not be available at all. Okay, so and it is also very costly if you are storing, yeah, all the information in a particular, it is, this is how it was earlier. If you're storing all the information in a particular node, in the form of the database. Okay, this node will be highly efficient node, like high end node. High end means with higher configurations and all. Okay, this node will be high end, and it will be costly also. It will not be uh, cheaper. Okay, it will be costly. So affording this kind of and it will not be reliable also. Reliable in the sense, when once the node goes down, that the information you cannot retrieve it. So what they have come up is, we divide the data between, so the nodes which are used as servers in the big data in the distributed architecture will be of a commodity servers. Commodity servers, what they say is cheap servers. Cheap means less costlier than the one which we are using for the traditional one. Okay, so here also you will have a doubt, like say for example, one worker node goes down or one slave node goes down, then how the data will be, that data will be lost, right? Logically, that is the reason we are going for distributed architecture. So what will happen if the worker goes down or the slave goes down? So there is a concept like a replication. Replication happens in replication in the sense, say in 120, say for 1000 MB of data, the first 100 MB I'm storing it in the worker one or slave one. Okay, that will also be stored in worker 2. Okay, don't worry, it may be like bits and pieces, but we will relate it finally. Okay, it will be you will be able to relate it finally, don't worry now. Sorry, this mouse is not proper. And this will be replicated in 3 nodes by default. Okay, so even if one node goes down, worker node goes down, the data will be present, the same data will be present in the another 2 nodes. Okay, at the maximum you can think like 2 nodes has gone down, then they can retrieve the result, or they can process the data from the third node. Okay, so in traditional also you can have a multiple nodes, you can have a replication. Replication, you understand, no? If say the data which is present in node 1, you can put it in node 2 also, and also in node 3 also. Okay guys, that is what a replication is. Say for example, if here the word Hadoop is present, it will be present in this one also, copying and put it in another machine. Same like how we copy the files and put it in another folder, no? Likewise, copying, put in 3 replications, 3 uh, copies will be there in each nodes. Traditionally also it is possible in traditional databases, but the thing is, again, you will be storing the complete information, okay, in each of the nodes. So that is not a feasible one, and also it is very costly. Okay, the service I told, it is very costly. If you take like Oracle databases and all, the Oracle databases were traditionally SQL databases only, right? Or this RDBMS databases or SQL databases. SQL is structured database, rows and columns will be there. Okay, so those servers, if you want to install in your enterprise or in your company, will be very costly. You will know it if you have worked in the enterprises, it will be very costly. But whereas this worker nodes or the nodes which are used in the distributed architecture of big data or commodity means less. See, normally in our nodes itself you can put it, okay, with the more number of hard disk, the size of the hard disk you can increase it, and you can add it into your distributed architecture in your distributed setup. Okay, so that is the reason they have gone for divide and conquer. Divide and conquer means the data is distributed, data is divided and stored in different nodes. That's why processing will be happening in different nodes, and you will combine the results. Is this slide okay, guys? So how the big data they are going to work on with the architecture, still we will see. Furthermore, distributed architecture is the data will be divided and put in different nodes. There will be distributed is master slave architecture. There can be one master and multiple slave machines. The slave machines stores the data. Data means any files, text files, or streaming data, or video data, or unstructured log data, all are data only, or your messages, social media messages, or your sensor informations which is captured, weather informations, okay, radar information, camera informations. Nowadays it is IoT is there, no, that is all data only. Okay, it is not small amount but huge, all will be present in it in the slaves. Okay, is this okay, this slide? If it is boring, tell me, we'll go further on, it's okay. Can I move on? Okay, so that's when the architecture of a Hadoop, I mean, that's when Hadoop has come into picture to work on with a large, huge amount of data. The solution for working on a huge amount of data is Hadoop. It is a top level project. Okay, first it is started in a Google itself by two people. It is there here, like cutting and Michael J. Caffarella. They have developed a search engine Nudge. Okay, and after that, okay, it is not in Google, it is in Yahoo. Yahoo. Okay, not in Google. Google developed a GFS, that is Google File System. That way they will also call it as big file system. Okay, and after that, it is taken over by the Apache Software Foundation. Okay, what is this Apache? Anyone can say what they do? They release all the softwares, open source softwares. They maintain it. Okay, uh, and they maintain the source codes also. This is kind of a foundation where you can develop your own project, and if it is acceptable in the market, then you can go and give it to them so that they will help it to distribute it. Okay, it's kind of a distributors, and others can use your software, download it and use your software. They also may provide the maintainability for your, they will also handle about your releases and all those things. Single person also can release any softwares. This is like uh, these two people have come up with a search engine, right, like nudge search engine. Likewise, each individual, if it is widely acceptable, then they can go and approach Apache software and ask them to give the support for maintaining and for distributions. Okay, so it is a top level project, it is open source, you can download it. Okay, and it is reliable in the sense, as I told, it is a distributed means copy will be present in multiple nodes. And it is a scalable in the sense, you can add thousands and thousands of slave nodes. Okay, slave nodes is master, and slave nodes, I am told, right? Master will, we cannot say it controls, but it has the information about the one to any number of slave nodes. Hundreds you can easily add in the existing setup. Okay, say for example your company is having a setup of 1 to 10 slave nodes. Okay, and if you wanted to extend it, they can easily add the nodes. Okay, the master will have the information about where the data is present in the slave nodes. It is a distributed computing happens in each of the slave nodes. Okay, parallelly. Okay, at the same time you can start. As I told, in a single CPU the task will not start at the same time. Task means you are clicking the Microsoft Word, okay, and you are clicking PowerPoint, and you are clicking some other applications. Every application, if you click, it will come one by one only. Even then, even you will start the clicking one by one, right? It will take, every task will execute at least one by one at a time. Okay, it will not run parallelly. They'll say Intel process parallel processes are there. Even then, parallel processes are there in your CPU, but even then one task will be happening at one time. With the switch itself, you can see, you can move to one application to other application, right? When you are in Word and you are typing something, then that is that process will be having the higher priority. Then if you switch to word, like a browser, then that will have the higher priority. So anytime only one task will happen in your CPU when it is a single machine. Okay. So and it is mainly used for the data storage. So this is the like a picture. Okay, you can imagine like this is how these are all like servers. This is the rack, they will say. Okay, they will call this as a rack, where they have a multiple servers like nodes. Each are connected by the network. Okay, there needs to be network wire is there. All this thing will be connected by the network. In a complete rack, there can be multiple servers. This one, two, three, four, something like that. So many servers they can add it. Okay, they can add it and they can remove it easily. It is a likewise so easy. It is a flexible, okay, flexible and highly available architecture for large scale computation and data processing on a network of commodity hardware. Commodity hardware, as I told, it as a cheap hardwares in the sense that these the servers they are talking about are the nodes, okay, which stores information. Okay, and it is highly available because we will have a replication of the data from one node to the another node. Okay, so furthermore, how to process big data with a reasonable cost and time. No longer only is something is there. How do we process it? We will have a distributed architecture. Using that, we can process the data. So with this big data, you don't have to worry the where the file is located, how to handle failures, data loss, divide computation, and how to program for scaling. What they are saying is the architecture itself, the Hadoop architecture itself, has the intelligence or the uh, logic of finding where the data is present. Okay, when you pass a search query, you're not going to worry about where it is present because Google has to worry about it. And this, since they have if they have installed a Hadoop, they are using the Hadoop infrastructure. Okay, if they are using that Hadoop ecosystem or infrastructure, then that machine itself will find where your data is present and it will fetch and give it to you. It will do the processing of the data also there, and it will fetch and give you the results. See, when I say processing, you can see the difference. Okay, see, when I say search query will be like searching the data in a particular server and giving the results. When I say processing, what does it mean? It means like every time in a Google you keep giving Hadoop, and it will give the related results, right? As I told that day, those are done using processing. Okay, the related results of this Hadoop name is coming to you, and even if you search in your uh, the videos, the YouTube videos which are all related to that search, it is bringing up the result and giving, right? So internally, what machine learning logic or something, some processing is happening internally in the servers, right? That's why I say it as processing. Okay, then how to handle failures and data lost, those are also taken care by the Hadoop itself. So with this infrastructure, with this Hadoop ecosystem, you don't have to worry about any of this, like how the computation happens or how you can scale your number of servers. Adding priorly. Okay, any doubt, anything you want to ask till now? Shall I go ahead? Okay, I'll go ahead. Probably the search engines, if you remember it, I remember seeing this way, like it will be like this, like when you somebody who's new to web development, we will create this type of forms, right? It will be like this. Like you will select a word, and they will also ask you to give a proper keywords with a plus concatenation, then it will give the proper search result. So earlier 1996, the search engines were like this. Each word we have to specify from where which server it has to look. Also, we will mention it like North America or India, likewise the region. Okay, but now it is all advanced. Okay, earlier search Google search engine were like this. If you remember it, it will not give us the uh, predicted results. Like if I say Hadoop training, Hadoop tutorial, or the videos, nothing it will give. Right, it will give only based on our search, whatever the keywords which we press, which we type. Now it is like this one. Okay, and from 2013 onwards, it is like this one. Okay, and okay, what they are differentiating is earlier it was like the data were not huge, but they have a complex algorithm to work on those small data. Now it is like technology has improved, and the algorithms are also algorithms. You understand, no? The algorithm is like the steps to find out a solution. Okay, so that also has become simple, and you can apply to a large amount of data and you can get the results. This is how it is advanced. So the Hadoop developers are these two people, and you will by now know like how the name Hadoop came. You remember MySQL, Mike came from the person's daughter name. He kept the name for MySQL, my as his daughter's name. Likewise, Hadoop, anyone knows how the name came, Hadoop? Come on, speak up. Hadoop is again his son's pet, not pet, toy. Okay, toy elephant. His son was a dog cutting his. His son was having a toy elephant. He was playing with that, and they were developing all this uh, architecture file system. Okay, that time they were thinking which name they keep to keep. They kept the name Hadoop. Okay, Hadoop is the elephant name. It's not an elephant. It's a toy. Okay, which he was playing with. That he named his toy as Hadoop, and this person also has named this um, ecosystem or the architecture as Hadoop itself. Okay, so Hadoop is the distributed file system architecture. Okay, it's supposed the distributed file system architecture. So I hope you understand. The file system is like in our Linux we have the file system, right? File system, like it will start from slash home, nihilate, and also in our Windows it will start from D drive. Inside D drive it goes to each and every folder, slash slash everything. So that is the file system tree structure. Linux file system is also open source. Open source means rather than having this type, say we will, the original file system will be where something like www and html likewise, or nowadays we are seeing like home, nihilate, and in that documents or downloads will this is the file structure, file system. Okay, likewise Hadoop, they are going to store the files, right? So they have the hdfs, Hadoop distributed file system. Okay, this is, so this is the file system where they will store the data. So it will be we will recreate this file system in our machine, and we will see how it looks like. They will have a root. This is the root. Okay, root. And furthermore we can give the directory, and it will, you can store your data likewise. Okay, then what else is there? Okay, so initially it was the Google file system. This was developed by all these people, and later on, they have come up with with another technology or the application, okay, which is a map reduce. This is an application which works on your data to give a meaningful result. Okay, simplified database data processing on the larger cluster. Okay, it will actually, it is a map reduce functionality that it will do processing of your data which you have stored in your clusters, they will say. Okay, clusters, I think all will mean, it is not confusing, it you can call it as a slave missions or the cluster missions. In Hadoop terminology, we call it as a clusters. Okay, cluster node 1, cluster node 2. The slave missions, you call it as a clusters. Okay, that's what you this map reduce will do the processing. It is a application, okay, that will do the processing of your data and give us the result. How it does, what it is, everything we will see it later. Okay, and the distributed storage system for the structured data. And there were other applications also has come up. This Google has developed like Apache HBase. Okay, this is to work on the structured data. Okay, that we will see it later on. Just now you can understand. Initially it was the Google file system, and after that they have introduced the map reduce functionality. This is a very old functionality. Okay, along with the Google itself it is present, it is still there. Okay, what it will do, it will process your data and give us a result. How it does, we will see that later. Okay, and some Hadoop milestones from how it started and how it is, and now it is like that. It has a the latest version is like a 3 dot Hadoops. Latest version is 3.3.4, I think. Okay, till that it is there, but this has little old slides. It has only information till now. Okay, first it wins some terabyte sort information like the data which is stored in the Hadoop, right? You can be sorted 1 terabyte of data in 209 seconds. The time taken to compile the data or sort the data, that information they are giving it here. And Avro Chauka becomes a new member of the Hadoop framework family. Okay, this we will come back later. This slide may not be uh, fine. We will come back to this later. Okay, before going to that, I will show the framework. The framework is like this. Initially, the Hadoop has the distributed file system. When I say Hadoop, it comes with the HDFS. Okay, HDFS means a distributed file system. What is the distributed file system? Is your data can be stored distributedly. Okay, not only in one server but in different servers. A file structure is given by this Hadoop infrastructure, that is the framework which allows you to store your data distributed. Okay, so that is HDFS, and over that it has a processing engine which works on your data, which works on your data stored. Okay, that is the map reduce. Okay, it does the data processing and it also does the cluster resource management. Cluster, I say, the master and the slave nodes together, they call it as a cluster. Master and the slave nodes together, they call it as a cluster. After that, the evolution, it is like Hadoop 2.0. In that they have the yarn. Okay, yarn is a resource manager in the sense it handles it manages about your HDFS. Okay, it's a management one. Later on we will see in detail what is this yarn. Okay, we will not work on with yarn, but we will understand what this yarn and all. And on top of it, other processing engines along with map reducers also present. Okay, only one master for multiple slaves. Yes, one master for multiple slaves will be present. That we will see it like a masters. Each processing we will see it later. Okay. Then later on in Hadoop 3.0, the version from the version 3.0, they have other processing units along with mm, uh, yarn HDFS and MapReduce. Okay, they have a pig hive, other yarns, HBase, other projects also, and H catalog. Okay, what are this like? These are the processing engines they say. See, you take your data set, okay, as if you are taking the data set in your machine learning, take a data set, then in your Hadoop framework, what you will do, you will put it in the file system. Okay, HDFS, the distributed file system. Same like how you store in your Linux some documents or some downloads you will store, no? Likewise, you will put the data in your file system. Okay, and then you do the processing using the engines like MapReduce, or using the pig, or using the hive. Okay, these are the applications which work on your data and gives us the meaningful results. I say like what kind of work it will do and all, we will see it later. Say for example, there is an famous, normally everyone will work on this example, okay, like word count. Word count means you are storing a text file containing some texts. Okay, say for example about Nile, it is having it, that information you will store it in your data. This is not a database, but in a HDFS, we will say you store that data into that HDFS. And from the file, if you wanted to find the each word, how many times it is occurring. Okay, so that processing will be done by either MapReduce program, or by the pig, or by the hive. Okay, each are different applications. Okay, each were developed by different companies for their own purpose. Okay, so we will learn all of this. And it is a HBase, it is another database. It's a kind of a storage, how we can store in a different way. Okay, and we will also learn Cassandra, and we will also learn Ambari, we will not learn it. Zookeeper and all, we will not learn. And about Yarn, so Yarn is the resource manager. Resource managers means it will manage the about the server and the client. That is the, not a server and the client, like a master and the slave node. It will manage, and it will also do the provisioning. Detail we will see it later. Now I could not explain it properly also. I will tell you later on. Okay, this is the evaluation of Hadoop. So it is a framework which consists of a distributed file system to store your data, and it also has the logic to process your data. So when I say like YouTube is giving your interested results all the time, it means YouTube is stored in HDFS. Okay, and MapReduce is doing some processing based on your uh, history of viewing the videos, and it always pops up the videos which is related to you. Okay, so this is how it will be. Don't worry, we will understand later on with examples and case studies, you can easily understand. Okay, so that's what here is how it is evolved from 2008. And then the project, what all is added into the Hadoop framework. See, the framework initially was with only HDFS and MapReduce. Then it is added with the resource manager and with the Pig Hive and other technologies also. Other application, I should not say technology, other applications also. That's what it is given here. You can go through that. Evro, Chauka, this we don't read it because these are all not much used in industries. Okay, so we will not see that. We will see HBase, Hive, Pig, these projects. And Zookeeper also we will not. Zookeeper with Spark we will read. Okay, we will do that one. And and from 2018 the releases have were been going on. Ambari is a provisioning mm, framework, you can say, like you can use Ambari and to configure the Hadoop framework. Okay, and Cassandra, Mehut are all added. Okay, each are developed by different, for different purposes it is developed. We will see that later on. Okay, about the structured and unstructured data, I will show one thing. Okay, my my log file is visible to you, all right? See, this is a one of the log files. Okay, log files is, it is storing some information which has happened in my machine. Okay, like anywhere you can read. Uh, like any server is there, they will normally log the files, log the information, so that if any error happens they can go and check where the error has occurred. Okay, so when you see this file, it has some timestamp information. It is all having that a worker, loading available, some informations are there. See, if you see this looks like a structured data, because it is in every line it is going to have a timestamp style. Sorry, this is visible, right? In every line it is going to have a timestamp information. It is having this worker information, some loading available, that information, and info, some word is there, and this one, and it always is separated by the hyphen, and some other information is there, and dot, trying to read, trying to update, some information is there. So this looks like a structured data. What you can do, this type of data you can store in your database. You can divide, okay, you can have columns alike. Now you understand, no, column, you can have a column like a timestamp column, worker information column. Okay, this is all easily segregated, okay, by a delimiter. You understand, right? A delimiter is and the one which separates from one information to the another information. Okay, this whole line is separated by delimiter, that dot, full stop. And timestamps, date, how it is separated, and loading available Gradle version, how it is separated by a open and a close braces. Info is written in a capital letter, and this one is separated, this line is separated by a hyphen. So you can easily load this data into a rows and column. You can have a column for the timestamp, date and timestamp, worker information, or this line, and you can info line or error line, this you can add it, have a column, and this line you can put it in a column, this line also, and trying to read or write. So this is, we can call this as a structured data, which can be easily stored in your traditional databases. Okay, so this kind of information will also come to your, for you to process it, or for a company like a Google or Facebook or Twitter or any even the e-commerces. Okay, for them this kind of information can come, like the person has ordered, all the person are going to order the same way. So the information is a structure. The other type of data I can say, like this one, this is not structured also at all. This is also a log information. Okay, see how it is contained, it is having some session start date, this is error information. Okay, like from Eclipse build, all those things. How do you can process this data? You don't know where it will start. Sometime it is starting from an entry and closing it here, entry, and some other error information is present, java.lang.error information, and this is very tedious to store in your database. Right. So this kind of information, how we can handle, we can use this kind of architecture. Like this is one kind of a big data structure, right? We are saying like structured, unstructured, semi-structured data. So this you can call it as semi-structure also, because every entry you can read through the data, analyze the data, saying like the entries, and every time an entry comes, then you can put that in a uh, one information. Okay, start of the entry, you can think like this is one information, start of the entry, this has a one information, and this has one information, and also it contains error information. So where the error comes, that we don't know. One other type also I will show. It is opened, not share. So if you can see this log file, it's an error log file. It is having some structured information, then unstructured information. Okay, likewise it is there some other information. So this is one of the examples of for the unstructured data. These are the XML tags. Okay, XML, if you come across, these are the XML tags. Then it comes structure information and some array information and some log information. Log means some statement messages. So this is unstructured data, no? So you cannot store this in the traditional databases. This I am showing it just for the example of what is the structured and unstructured data. So we go back to our slides. In that slide we were saying about this one. Okay, so Hadoop, what is an Hadoop? Is an open source framework, supports data intensive distributed applications licensed under the Apache version. Okay, and this is not a proper definition. That other definition which we have seen, you can look through that. Anyway, nobody will ask what is Hadoop. They will ask more internally, okay, than Hadoop. You can say it's a framework to handle um, large huge volume of data which also of different formats, that you can say it. Then it is an abstract and facilitate the storage and processing of large and rapidly growing data sets. Rapidly growing data sets means it need not be confined data. It is like there can be only 1,000 megabytes of data will be present. Not like that. It can be live stream. The data can keep increasing and you can start keep processing the data also. Okay, so it also handles the structured and unstructured data. Simple programming models are applied in that. So structured data, what they say is the data that has a no inherent structure and stored in different types of files. So like text files, PDF, images, and videos. Those are all unstructured data. And a quasi structure is a textual data with erratic data format. It means it contains errors. Okay, web clickstream data that may have some inconsistency in the data values and formats. Okay, it may contain errors. Okay, so if you send a Google format and somebody is type for age, you are asking the age of a person and he is typing like 15 in words, or he is typing like his name into the age. Those are erratic information, right? Error information. So those are all quasi structured. Semi structured is one example is XML or XML files, and or the one which we have seen. Okay, structured is completely structured where you can store the data into your traditional databases easily. Okay, HDFS is a file system, it is not a database. Okay, Hadoop distributed file system is a file system. Your file will be divided and stored, not like in a database format, rows and column formats. So data containing a different data type format structure is this one. Mostly it is used in the transactional data in OLAP and OLTP. This we'll see later on what is OLAP, OLTP. We will not work on this. Okay, OLAP is online analytical processing. Okay, or OLTP is a transaction processing. See, this is what they will do in banking transaction. Okay, so we cannot store those banking information. Those are very sensitive informations. For working on with bank informations and all, traditional databases, okay, will be useful, and those are structured data also. Okay, banking information. This is online transaction processing. This is online analyzing processing, like eBay and all those things will come into analysis. This may not be needed. You can Google through it what is in detail if you want to learn. Okay. So unstructured data, no definite structure. Same thing, it is a repeater. Okay, cannot tabulate it. You cannot put it in rows and column format. It will not have a fixed schema. Schema, can anyone say what is a schema? We say database, we say schema. What is a schema? Schema, yes, the definition. You can give it, say we create tables, right? We create, while creating tables we give what the ID should be of type, and what the name should be of type, and wage, address, everything to be of type. We say no, that is the schema. Okay, the definition of the table. You cannot define the unstructured data at all. Because we saw a log file, right? How it looked like, some structured data was there. and some structured data was there. This you can segregate it in rows and columns. Date time stamp you can give, and you can give the complete information in another column. But afterwards it is suddenly coming with array information. Then you cannot read this file, right? You cannot store this file into the database. Okay, so you cannot create a schema, you cannot give a structure for this file. It will be tedious. So that is what you cannot have a schema, fixed schema for the unstructured data. So how to handle all those data? See, if you imagine, if you wanted to put a log file kind of this one into your database, what you will put directly, you can put the file, create a column, file name, put this file only into that, right? Complete file itself into that column value. You cannot segregate it, and reading, passing these files are very tedious. Okay, that can be handled in the Hadoop infrastructure, because we store the data as files itself. Okay, and semi-structured is the data which is in between structure and semi-structure. Is one of the examples is XML files. XML file people have come across. It will have a tags and a properties. XML file have people come across. HTML file have people come across, like we write, if you are developing web pages, you will write HTML pages, right? Okay, that is the point. Like you'll open a tag, HTML. This is a one tag, and it will close by another tag, right? And you will have a head here, body. Sorry, I could not write body here in this. Okay, um, this is kind of a semi-structured data they are saying it. So XML files also, it will have a tags. Okay, starting from XML. Okay, and XML. See, the XML files contains a properties. Okay, configuration we will do with XML files only. We'll do all the configuration in XML files only. These can be used as a configuration files. Say in Hadoop, when you are installing, you will change the configuration of the XML files, so that in the engine or the processor will read from this configuration file, and it will execute all your queries and all likewise. Okay, so XML is a unstructured, semi-structured one. It means it has a little structure also, and it will have a no structure likewise also. Using tags and all, or some schema, it can use it. Those we can call it as an XML file. I'll show you, right? Okay. Anyway, if you're from computer background, you might know it. Otherwise, I will show you. Okay. Then example, they are giving it with. You can enforce some structure to it, to the to some files. Then it is, we can say it as a semi-structured file. Okay. Okay, the goal says like we need a high scalability and availability mission, because every, not only from you are the only person you are passing the queries at a time. No, at the same time many people will be passing the queries, then all to be processed, right? So we need a scalable and available, highly available machines, and you need is commodity software, commodity hardware, so that with the help of a little redundancy, you can avoid using a large service with costly servers. And if it one goes down also, other can take up and do the processing for the data. And fault tolerance, that's what fault tolerance is. Like you replicate the data between nodes, then one nodes goes down, the other will take into uh, come into consideration. Okay, we will see in detail, like what all store, where all store, everything we'll see. Okay, then more computation rather than data. More computation rather than data. What they say is, I say, keep saying, right? Slave machines will have data. Okay, master will have the information about where the data is present. Okay, I think that I'll explain it later. Actually, the processing happens in the slave machine. Processing means the search which we are giving. Okay, that will happen in the slave machine only, not it will not in the master machine. Okay, that's what they're saying. Don't worry if you don't understand also, we will see that later on. Okay, so this is the pictorial representation, you can see that this I have explained. So ecosystem is like, whenever you install Hadoop, or whenever you say that you have a Hadoop ecosystem or environment in your setup, it will have the it will be having the distributed file system, okay, to store your data set. And over it will run the yarn also to manage the resources. The resources are like slaves, and the master, okay, it will manage it. And on top of it, you will have the application running to process the data in your distributed file system, like MapReduce or pig or hive. Okay, we will start off with the MapReduce itself. Okay, this is the architecture. So this is like a provisioning. Ambari is like a provisioning um, node. Okay, what is that provisioning node is like see we can add multiple slave nodes, right? We are saying like we can add multiple slave nodes to the master. So this slave nodes also has to be configured to run in, to sit in the ecosystem, right, in your environment. In that cases, you have to configure the slave nodes to work as a slave of the Hadoop ecosystem. So those configuration, those provisioning, that's they call it as a provisioning, okay, provisioning of nodes. That is managed by the Ambari. It is like a GUI, okay, GUI, graphical user interface. There itself it will list how many slave nodes are there, how many, I mean, what is the master node, what are the information master node is storing, and what are the information where the slave node data is present. Every information you can browse through the network in Ambari GUI itself. Okay, it is also a node. Okay, rather we go to our terminal and configure all our configurations, right? That you can do it in Ambari itself. Okay, now we will not see Ambari, but that if you are interested after understanding installation, then you can go and download. This will, you will put it in a node in the in the sense server machine, and you can run it. Okay, rather configuring from the terminal, you can configure from the GUI in the, you understand, no, graphical user interface. It's like a graphical user interface. Okay, this all we'll see in detail one by one. So our ecosystem means you need a Java. Okay, Java 8 will only work with Hadoop. Only it is tested. You can Google through it which ecosystem Hadoop will work on properly. Hadoop is written in Java. Okay, and Java 8. You need Java 8 to be installed in your Ubuntu so that Hadoop will run. HDFS will run on it, or MapReduce jobs or tasks will be, you can run into that. Okay, till now any doubts, guys? So you can able to relate, right, what is a big data. So why do we need a Hadoop infrastructure to work on your big data? Okay, how are the datas in the big data? Then what all datas you can call it as a big data? What are the 5 V's? Okay, and okay, tell me, is till now it is fine, then I will show you the installation steps. You can open your machine also. Everyone, please open your machine. Do the installation along with me, configuration along with me. Right, others, please tell. We will see. Okay, this will be like bits and pieces. Once we keep going further, we can relate everything, and you can have a confined knowledge about this. Okay. So I request every one of you to open, whoever is logged in your machine, okay, in your laptop. Okay, open the VTE, do the installation along with me. Okay, then it do the configuration, because more or less every configuration will look like that. But any errors come, no, we can rectify it and move on fast, because I don't want you to lag, sit in Hadoop installation only, and not move to Pig, not move to Hive and all. Okay, many installation we will do. So everyone start doing installation along with me. If you are not doing it now, do it by end of the day. Okay, or do it by tomorrow. Complete it, so that I do a do any program, you also do it. Likewise, it will go. Okay, just a moment. Please open your VT lab. I will open that slide also. I've shared whichever I've shared. So single node installation we will do. Cluster node installation we will do it in the as the next part. Okay. So single node installation means in this we will have the this it is a distributed architecture, right? So it will have a master and slave running in the machine itself. Okay. Multi node means uh, so in a single machine, master and slave will run. In multi-node means we will have a master running in one machine and slave one, two slaves we will configure, slave one and slave two running in another machine. Okay. So master we have in your VTE, you have three machines, right? That is the VTE. That's why we have given three machines for you all so that you can have a distributed architecture. Okay. I have to close this and open. Yeah, we have three missions, right? Master, slave one, and slave two. So now I will show how do you configure master only, single node only. Okay, so this master itself acting as slave also. After this installation, we'll go to multi-node where slave and slave two will be there. Okay, in Hadoop infrastructure, how it will work? Data are stored in slaves, okay, and master will not have any data at all. Master node in Hadoop we will call it as a name node, and a slave nodes we call it as a data node. You can easily remember data node means a data will be present in the data node. Master node does not store data. Master node saves they say like metadata information. Metadata information means data. Metadata means data about data. Okay, that is the definition for metadata. It means where the data is present it will have the information. Like I said, like 1000 MB of a data, if it is divided into 100 MB, where that first 100 MB is present, that information will be present in master node. Master node will not store data. Okay, that for time being we will understand that. Okay, I'll go to that this one. Okay, here, so I'll do installation. We need the Java Standard Edition 8 because Hadoop is tested and run in Java 8 1.8. Okay, other versions it is throwing error. It was giving error. It will give error. Even if you have a Java 11 now, Hadoop may install. It will work. But when it comes to HBase, no, it will throw error. When we are doing HBase installation and all, it will throw error. So we will have it now itself 1.8. Okay, so we will update it. We will, if we don't have a Java 8 in your setup, then we will download it likewise. This we know, right? Download and install OpenJDK. Okay, I'm just going through the slides. Then after that, what we have to do, we have to change the environmental setup. Same like Java home, we set it likewise. Sorry, likewise we will set the uh, set in our Ubuntu also. Okay. Then SSH, you know, right? In order to connect between the machines, you have gone through the theory, ma'am. Can this be done in one laptop? In my laptop, sir, you have a Ubuntu installed in your laptop. You have the virtual machine. You have a 8 GB RAM, sir. 16 GB RAM. Oh yes, nice. You can install there itself. First, you will have one setup, right? Only one Ubuntu will be in there, no? That you can use it. Yes, single node cluster you can put it there. Sir. You can have it in your laptop itself. Okay, and then SSH you have come across the theory part, right? Practical I will take. Theory part in that SSH is used to connect a secure shell um, host that is used to connect between multiple machines. Okay, use securely. Securely means not like anybody when you're transferring data from one machine. If there is a secure connection established between one machine and another machine, transferring data between these two machine are will happen securely because nobody will tamper it when you are transferring the data. Like a file transfer protocols will be there, that also used to transfer using secure shell also you can do that. Okay, I'm stuck with a Java home configuration. I have typed, but I have how to say. We will see that, sir. I will show it one by one step. Okay, we'll see that. Okay, sudo apt update we will do, and actually this is to install your secure shell host. Okay, that server, if you install it, then you can transfer the data between these between nodes. Okay, securely. Why we have to transfer data here? Because this is distributed, right? So many nodes, servers and nodes will be there. So you have to transfer the data node to the data nodes. Data nodes is the slave nodes where your data is present. That's the reason you will have a transfer protocol, okay, to transfer the files. That for that we are using SSH, which will do secure transfer. Okay, secure connection it will provide to transfer data. Okay, this is we will download it and we will make the configuration in bash rc file, and these are all configurations that we will do one by one. Okay, don't worry about what is this. I will uh, explain in detail about all these things like the core site, the map reduce site, everything in the further classes. Now first we will install and keep it. Okay guys, we'll do it, right? We'll continue now itself, right? Please do reply. Okay. Okay, then I will go to my machine. Yeah, I'm going to install it now itself. Got stuck in Java home, no problem, we'll do it. If you want me to stop also, I will stop and wait. Okay, once if we done this, then we can easily move further. Otherwise, you people will not be able to work on. That's why. Okay, I will enlarge this. This is my terminal. Font size is fine, right? So in my terminal, Control L. Okay, I'll open. Okay, this is fine. I'll close the others. Okay. So here first I will see my Java version is present. I have this Java. Why it is taking time? Yes, my Java is 1.8. Okay, build can be anything. Okay, but with the fixes they will have new builds. Build can be anything. Java 8 is there. Please check everyone. Java hyphen a version. Java is present. Version is present. I mean Java is installed in it. News. Can you all check it and let me know if it is there or not? Prakash do it. Saurav we can also do. Ravichandra can do. Venkana Babu, you also do it. Mahalakshmi, Amalan, whoever is not from office, please do it. Okay, so what we have to change is bash RC file, you know, right? About bash RC file. I think this is also shared. I'm seeing that PPT only I'm doing it. Okay. Uh, bash RC file, you know how to open it, right? Slash this. Please tell me whether you know it or not. Otherwise, I will not tell. This tilde slash dot bash rc. Okay, if you open that file, it is very slow today. Today it is slow. Anyway, we'll wait till it opens. That I will tell you later on, Mahalakshmi. Tomorrow, maybe there is a command to change it. I forgot it. I'll tell you. It's not opening at all. This bash RC files, no, like environmental variables, we set it. When you have installed the Java, that time we set it here itself in the command line. So in order to permanently reflect the change, it will always to be present. Then you can edit this bash RC file. Same like in our Windows, there will be edit environment files. That option is there, no, likewise. So when you save this, when you write in this bash rc file and save it, this will be always reflected. You don't have to give it every time. Okay. Yes, do it. That we will change, no problem. This Java version we will change it. It's not opening at all for me. Yeah, it opened. So this is the file. It will have many things. You go to the end of the file. Okay, end of the file. This is the end of the file. It is already having some configuration information. So what you will do is you will type these two. Okay, Java home slash usr lib. Okay, this path, no, where you can get it, where the Java JVM is installed. Okay, so what I will go and show you where you have to write. Okay, pwd cd slash, I forgot it. User lib JVM. This path will be where your Java is installed. So that you will give it vi. Okay, not this cd shift insert. User lib JVM. If you see, there will be your Java AMD64. This is the architecture name. Okay, AMD64 OS architecture. So in this 1.8, 11 also will be there, but I have mine is overridden by 11. So that's why it is giving 1.8 when I gave Java hyphen version. So this path, till this path, you have to give it in the Java home. Okay, you can open the slides and keep it with you. You can just copy and put that those two lines. Okay, it is there in the slide too, in the PPT slides. Here it is. Java home till 64 and path you will provide till bin. Okay, it is to mention which path it has to take. Okay, if you don't give this, Java will not understand where its library are. If you are writing some program and running it, it will not understand where its libraries are, because I told no, like uh, java.lang. Object class, where it is present, a language package where it is present, it will not understand. That's the reason we have to mention, put this in the environmental variable. Okay guys, this step is done. Export java underscore home. Then this one you have to put Java home is where the JVM is present, and the path is till the libraries bin. Okay, this one you hope understand it. This is like a dollar Java home. Java home is what? This one, right? It is just to replace it. Rather than replacing, we are using the variable name directly. This dollar path also we are using. Maybe somewhere they have given the path information. We will append it. Okay, colon append it with the existing path. Okay, is this done? Tell me. Okay, once this is done, Then come out of this. Every time you make a change in the bash rc file, you have to source that. Okay, this is the command to source it. Tilde dot slash bash rc. We have to source it so that the changes will get reflected. Okay, if you don't source it, it will not be taken by the machine. Okay, machine will not understand where it is present, so it is necessary that you source it. Okay, enter. You can echo and check it also. Echo the variable. The variable is java underscore home. The variable name is java underscore home, right? Which we gave in the bash rc file. That you can echo and check. Echo means it will print the variable output, right? The output it is printing. Okay, you can echo the path also. Dollar path. Path is the variable name. See, it is having so many paths. Along with this, we appended the this one bin, right? That's why we have appended that one. If you see, sorry, source vi. See here, path you have appended along with the Java home. Fine. Till now it is fine. Source it. Okay. After editing the bash rc file, source it. After this, we will download the Hadoop. Okay, directly we'll download. We will not take it from the mirror. Okay, because if it is a huge file, no, when we try to take it from the GitHub, I don't know, but from mirrors, right, it may break. So we will download it from internet itself. I am open the internet. Then you can give Apache or Hadoop. Apache Hadoop. Uh, Downloads for Ubuntu. Okay, for Ubuntu, you take it. It will be a tar.gz file. Okay, Ubuntu. Okay, Apache Hadoop. Download for Ubuntu. Enter it. Anything you can give, just download Hadoop. Okay, see if it is coming like downloads. The official website that is hadoop.apache.org. Their downloads is there, no? Ah, okay, I will take it slow. Okay, okay. So bash rc file you edit it. Edit means directly you can give the path. I'll open it. Let me know once we done. Why in VA editor I'm not able to type capital? You can type it, sir. Can you share it, sir? Solved. How did you solve? How did you solve, sir? Shivsky, okay, sir. Let me know once you have done this one. Okay. Don't type this one. We will do that later on. Only Java home we will you do. Okay. Can I move on? Prakash and Subarata Roy, sir. Exit from VI editor, escape it. Okay, same like VI normally we are saving, right? Escape colon, see escape, you have to press escape colon, see colon is coming down, colon, you have to save and execute, right? WQ. Okay, Q is for exit and W is for write. You forgot Prakash, and exclamatory mark or WQ itself will do. Okay, after editing you will insert and edit, right? After editing, escape it, colon WQ, or even if you put only Q, then it will not save it. Okay, colon WQ, exclamatory mark, enter, it will come out of it. Okay, Prakash, are you in the class, Prakash, or are you connected from home? I didn't see you actually. Oh, sorry, actually. You can come and sit here also if you want, because I'm connecting from my place. You can open BT lab here itself. You want to come? You can come here. Lab is some next person is not here. Okay, I'll move on. Others have completed, I think. You can sit here. Okay, I think others have completed. Okay, we'll move on. Next. Okay, next is downloading the Apache. You can download, others can download and keep rather waiting. Okay, so this you search. Okay, Apache Hadoop download for Ubuntu. Downloads will come. Download. You can click this download link URL. In that, okay, there is these are the versions they have given. Okay, it is 8th, latest one at 8 August 2021. We will not install this one. Okay, very latest we will not take, because it is not sure whether it is a stable release. Okay, if any errors is there, then we will face that error. So we will not install 3.3.4. We will install July 22 this version. Okay, 3.2.4. Earlier for older classes I have installed 3.2.2. Now we will install 3.2.4. Okay guys, please don't take this one, because it may not be stable. Okay, this is very lower, though this is maybe stable version I think, but we will take 3.2.4. Okay, what we have to do is yeah, in the binary. Okay, in the binary, don't go source is the source files it will have. Click on the binary, and it will have a version. Okay, see here, tar.gz, http tar.gz. Okay, click on that. It will start download. It will take some time, so everyone can download it. Okay, search for Hadoop downloads for Ubuntu. In that, go for 3.2.4 version, not the latest one. Okay, because it may break. It may not be stable also. We'll go one version below, then it will work. It is in constant development. Okay, Hadoop and Python programming also, and other things are all constant developments, the latest technologies. So we will use the one version earlier because we are practicing only. No, that is enough. So please download it and keep it. Man, can you show the bash RC file? Okay, for username group name which needs to be given. We don't need to change that, sir. For username, group name, which needs to be given. Now we don't have to change that. We don't change that. Okay, we will use it as such. Username, group name. I will in the configuration we will change it. We know. See, normally they will say you can have a separate username and group name for Hadoop, but it's okay. We don't have to change it. Okay, that you can experiment it later and see with the same present username and group name itself we can work, no problem, because it is not a big setup, right? We are only using it in the our practice, so this itself you can use. But you can create a separate username, separate group name. You can create permissions to apply permission to that, and you can say give that as a separate Hadoop environment itself. Okay, can you show the bash rc file? Okay, I will show it. Where is that? This is the one. Okay, it is downloaded. Will Yes, it is downloaded for me. Ma'am, I saved Java home path, but while giving echo Java home, it is not returning the path. Path it will not show. Dollar path if you give, it will show a path. Dollar path if you give, it will show path. Dollar Java home will go give only up to the madam. The username remember is for that sudo change a hyphen. Oh, okay, that you are asking. Hyphen or okay, that one is like Nihilate and your username will be Nihilate and this one, sir. What I mean here, if you are using it, will come. Can I come? Yes, sir. I can we come to that little later? I'll tell you what it will be. Okay, sir. Okay, I hope everyone has finished in downloaded this one. Downloaded this 3.2.4, right? Please reply. Mahalakshmi, Maria, and Saurav, Amlan, Prakash. Saurav, I told Venkana Babu. Okay, okay, fine. So I will go here. Then after the next step, what we will do is we will configure the we will install the SSH. SSH is installed. If it is not installed, it will show you it is not installed. Okay, what I will do, I'll go here, sudo apt. We will do an update and then we will install it. Apt get also you can give or directly update. It is asking the password. Okay, package is installed. Ma'am, download is over, but Echo Java Home is not giving value. Sir, did you source it? Source tilde slash dot bash rc. You have to source it, sir. Then only it will show. Okay, source you have to do. Otherwise, it will not reflect. Okay, I have done sudo apt update. Okay, to get the latest package because I am going to download SSH server. Okay, sudo apt get. After that, you give this command sudo apt get install SSH. Okay, everyone give this command. Okay, I will enter it. It will install. Mine it is not installed with SSH. It is installing. Okay, it is saying SSH is already the latest, newest version. Okay, type this command sudo apt-get SSH install. Then we will install the open SSH server also. SSH-server. Give this command. So this server we will try to communicate between the nodes because server nodes will be multiple. So in order to try to communicate between the nodes, we use this. Let me know, guys, whether you are following this, done this one or not. Tell me. This also I'm doing it. Open SSH. That is also in my machine present. I think yours also will be present. Latest version. Next one is Open SSH server. Okay, once this is done, so we have downloaded the Hadoop 3.2.4, right? What we will do is it will be, once you have downloaded anything from the internet, it will be in your downloads directory, right? We will go to their home, Nilet downloads. Okay, so in, as I told, it is only configuration. Okay, see, this is the one I have downloaded it. It is Hadoop is only configuration. We are not going to do any installation here. Okay, that files will be there, XML files, that we will configure it, then we can run the server. Okay, so this is a tar file, right? We will untar it. Okay, untar is, command for untar is tar hyphen xzvf. This command you people know. Sorry, where is it? Think I missed that. This command, do you people know what does it mean? Okay, there is a latest version. This is also there. I've taken 3.2. 1 minute, guys. There is 3.3.2 is also there. I will check it. 3.3.2 is also there. Okay, I think we can take this. Okay, it is coming. I'll just check it. 3.3.2 is it? Three dot 3.2 is also there. This also we can take it. This is March 2022 and this is July 22. Okay, we will do with this only, no problem. This is July 2022. Okay, no problem. Okay, we will go to the steps. Now we will untar it. Okay, tar hyphen x is extract. Is it is I forgot. V is verbose and F is the file name which we are going to give. So 3.2.4 I will give. Okay, enter it. It is extracting. Tar hyphen x is at VF and the Hadoop name, file name. Hadoop file name is 3.2.4 for us. Tar.gz. Okay, it will extract all the files. If you people want, you can try with 3.3.2 also, Hadoop 3.3.2, because it was not coming here. To this also you can take it. Okay, it is downloaded. You can see it how it is there. It will create a folder. Okay, 3.2.4. Today it is created ls-lrt. This one. Okay, today July 12th. July 12th. Why it is coming like this? I don't know. Okay, this is the folder. Okay, so what we will do, we will change the name of the folder so that we can use it easily in our configuration rather than 3.2.2. What we will do, we will create a folder. You go to cd slash, see, whatever we are work on, normally we will create any folders in your C drive or a D drive, right? We don't put it in our main, like in desktop or documents or downloads. That's why that is not a good practice also. So you go to user one, this location. In this location we will have our files. Okay, user Hadoop file. Okay, local. You go to slash user local. You also keep this one so that configuration files, when I put it upload it, you don't need to change it. That's the reason. Okay, cds slash user slash local. In that is there Hadoop file is there. I will remove this one. We will keep it this one. als-lrt. See here, in this folder user local, I'm in pwd user local. In this you make a directory, make dir Hadoop. Okay, enter. Permission denied. Why it is permission denied is this belongs to the root directory. Okay, usr and all is belongs to the root directory. So I will create a folder with a sudo permission, sudo make directory Hadoop. It will create it. Later we will change the permissions, everything. Okay, is this a fine? I have created. Now if you see that this directory will have a Hadoop folder. In this Hadoop directory will be there. Till now it is fine. No, I'm creating Hadoop folder in user local. Okay, into this we will copy all the files from the documents. Here we extracted, no, all the extracted files we will copy into Hadoop in this directory. Okay, no need to keep it in the outside, and the name also we will use Hadoop. Okay guys, so what I will do, I will go to slash home Nilet Hadoop downloads. It is there. Hadoop 3.2.4 only I have extracted. I'll copy all these files. Okay, star. I will give a hyphen r. Hyphen r means recursively it will copy. I will use sudo permission. Why? Because Hadoop is in the root directory. That's why. To user local Hadoop. Okay, in here I am going to copy dot. Can you see the command? Copy hyphen r. Every recursively it will copy all the contents inside Hadoop 3.2.4 into Hadoop directory. Okay. How to make Hadoop directory permission denied? Sudo, you have to give sudo for that. In the starting you give, yeah, sudo will give the permission. Later on we will give the permission to it, no problem. After that copy this directory folders into that. Then right, please tell me. I will enter it. It will copy. It will take some time because a lot of files will be there. Okay. Now I'm in that directory only. Pwd ls. So it has all the things. Okay. Bin etc cd bin ls cd etc. Okay. All the configuration files. Somebody has something. Okay. Done. Fine. So now after copying, you can go and see all the files in user local Hadoop. All these are there in the binary file. No, see the binary file, it will have the configuration files. Okay, sorry, not in binary, it is in etc. Okay, inside Hadoop it will have, see these are all XML files. Okay, we can open and see how this XML file is there. Core site.xml. So it is not having anything. The tags will start and end. It will have a XML tags, some information about the file. Okay, XML file. Okay, we'll see this later on. Before that, what is the other next step? Okay, we will change the bash rc file again. Why? Because we have to give the say where is the Hadoop home, install directory, mapped other information. Okay, each one of this information I will tell you later on, but first we will finish the steps. Okay, uh, okay. Before this also we can do this one. Okay, what you will do? You are in slash usr local Hadoop. Okay, you are here in this. You make two directories here. Okay, you have to make two directories. For that you need a sudo permission, or else if you don't want to give sudo permission, then you can change the ownership. Okay, we will do that. Sudo make dir hyphen p, because recursively I'm going to make multiple directories. I will show you. Okay, usr local Hadoop Hadoop data, it should be the same way. See, this is the same path like this. I'm giving it for uh, you also, but after this Hadoop data hdfs name node or data node and name node, both name node. Okay, this has to be same, because this we will give it in our configuration file also. If you are giving different name, then you have to give it likewise. But now first time, no, so we will follow the same thing. Okay, Hadoop data hdfs name node, the whole thing. This the name node directory will get created recursively. It create all the directories. That's why we are giving hyphen p. Okay, sudo make directory hyphen p, the whole thing. Enter. Then similarly data node, I told no, data node and name node. Master node is called a name node, and slave nodes are called data nodes. For both these things we are creating uh, file systems and nodes that I will explain later on. Don't worry, now first we create a directory. Okay, two nodes I have created, data name node and data node. Please do this.
I need. Wait,
Is this done? This node creation, you can see here, it will be there. See here, data Hadoop data, Hadoop data is there, no, Hadoop data inside it, hdfs will be there. Mm, unless if you go inside this Hadoop data, hdfs will be there. Inside it, if you go, you will see name node and data node both are created. Fine. Then we'll give permissions to this. Okay, after this, we'll change the permission for these nodes. Okay, sudo change mode. See, actually, it will not have permission. Okay, see, it will be like execute permission is not there for the others, right? User group, every permission we have to give, so we will give it so that it will not any problem while you're running the processing. Okay, so all permission we will give 777 to which nodes, this one slash Hadoop, not slash Hadoop, because I'm in. Okay, I can give star itself. Okay, I will show you where I am in name node and data node isn't there, so we will go above only. Okay, change mode 777 Hadoop, mm, HDFS name node. Okay, I gave permission to that. Permission is denied. We'll put sudo, and for data node also I will give permission. Actually, to this whole Hadoop itself, you can give permission, but it's okay. Okay, if you can see this inside Hadoop data HDFS name HDFS, it will have the permission. We're able to follow this step. See, it is giving all the permissions, or else you can give it like this also. sudo change mode 777 to usr local Hadoop data hdfs and name node. Okay, or star also you can give. Star means for both it will give permission. Permission changed, ma'am. Okay, fine, good. And we will change the ownership for all these things. Actually, ownership is that ls-lrt root, right? That's the reason it is not giving. It is not allowing to change it. So whole Hadoop directory itself, we will give root the whole directory. So we go to user local. Okay, in that ls-lrt Hadoop folder, no, this was containing everything. Completely, we change the ownership to Hadoop itself. Okay, for everything. So what we will do, sudo change ownership, so that it will not ask while you are running the processing root permission. It will not say it has a root permission. I will change the username and mm, username and the group name to Hadoop. Okay, here it is a root, right? Now we will change it to Hadoop itself. To which folder? Hadoop folder. Okay, slash, sorry, Hadoop. Okay, I'm changing the permission to Hadoop. Username as Hadoop rather than root, and group name also as Hadoop to the folder Hadoop. Okay, guys. So enter it, it will change. Now you can see the difference. It is changed to Hadoop. Fine. So if you go to Hadoop directory and list it, this also are changed to Hadoop. So now if you create, I think initially only we should have changed the permission because we were using sudo. Anything is fine. Anyway, you can do that. Okay, this is fine. Change the permission. If you are not in that path, you have to give the complete path, absolute path. That you know, right? If you are not in the current working directory, then you have to give the complete path. Why it is going here? Sorry. Um, something. Okay, something happened with my mouse, I think. Okay, once permission is given, now we will change again the bash rc file. Okay, vi. Some problem with my mouse. This one terminal showing invalid user. Okay, some problem. I will again log in. Okay, some problem it is showing. It is not allowing me to type. I'll again log in. I'll sign out and log in again. It is coming. Okay. Okay, permission I will show. So cd slash usr. Okay, I'll go here only. Sudo change ownership. I have to change. Okay, ownership to Hadoop we will change. Any name you can give, guys. Hadoop I'm giving because in the configuration files and all it will be easy. Okay, that's the reason. Because we are going to do it together, right? That's the reason. Hadoop is the username. User group, yeah, username, and Hadoop is the group name also. And for which folder? Hadoop folder. Okay, where the Hadoop folder was present, that path I have to give usr local. Okay, since I have given hyphen r, all the folders will change internally, recursively, everything will get changed. Fine, no, this one let me know. Change on invalid user Hadoop. Why it is giving like that? Sudo you give, no, Maria. Even then it is showing error. Can you share your screen? Yeah, any one of you, can you share your screen? What happened? Some sir is okay. Sorry, sir. She's sharing. Include Adobe. I'll just check that. Okay, you have to change mode. Okay. Just give me a minute. I'll just check it. Did you copy the command and write it? Request. I'm asking the control to you, Maria. Can you give? So, mm, Everyone is facing the same problem, or how is it? Change relatives. And nothing is working. I will check this one. I think I'm not sure. I'm not facing this problem. Okay, that user is not present in the etc file. I think that's the reason. etc. Okay, we need to use add that user. It is not there. Okay, we need to add the user to the group. That's why it is giving this error. Okay, we will do that tomorrow. Okay, is that fine? But anytime it didn't give any error for me before. Everyone is facing that error, right? Is it? Sir Manigandan sir, you're also facing the same error, no? Then you have to add the user to the. Okay, I will give you the control. I'll share my screen. Sh- Actually, in my etc password file, this Hadoop user is added. I think how it got added, I don't know. We have to add the user using user mode mod. You people know how to add a user and the group, create a user and the group. If you know it, add the user group and then the user to it. That's the reason it is giving error. So add group, how you will do? You will do using sudo group add group name. Okay. Likewise, you will add a group, right? You know it, or I will show it tomorrow otherwise. What say, guys? Please tell. Then ma'am, please show once to. Otherwise, afternoon session, if we can connect it, we can connect it. Okay, we'll continue this installation and finish. Tomorrow I'll start again. Check this one, MySQL. Okay, afternoon session after your class, we will connect it. Okay, I will see that adding the user because for me it is a defaultly it is coming. So after your class, we will finish the installation. Okay, then we will continue next thing tomorrow. Okay, now I will stop now. It's been very late. Thank you all, guys. We will meet in the afternoon. Somebody can give me the permission, or I'll take it from here only. Money condensers. I'll try to add it and I'll see because I'm not getting that error. Afternoon, I'll show. Okay, all. Thank you all. Now you can leave. Any doubts you can ask me. Otherwise, I can leave. வேண்டாம். இப்ப பண்ண சொல்லாதீங்க. நீங்க உங்க ப்ரொசீஜர் வழியாவே தான் போகணும். முன்னாடியெல்லாம் பண்ண சொல்லக்கூடாது. வேற எந்த கோர்ஸ் சார் உங்களது ஆரம்பிச்சிருச்சுங்களா? அப்ப அவருக்கு பே ஃபீஸ்ன்ற அந்த ஆப்ஷன் வரலையா? அதுல நீங்க செலக்ட் பண்ணிட்டீங்களா? அதெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா 1000 ருபீஸ் வெரிஃபிகேஷன் அங்க முடிஞ்ச உடனே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இன்ஸ்டால்மெண்ட் பே ஃபீஸ்ன்னு வரும். அதெல்லாம் நீங்க வெரிஃபை அந்த கோர்ஸ் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆயிடுச்சுங்களா? பிஜிபி கோர்ஸ். அப்ப அவர்கிட்ட சொல்லுங்க. அவர்கிட்ட சொல்லுங்க. ஏன்னா நீங்க அந்த கோர்ஸ் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி நீங்க டாக்குமெண்ட்லாம் வெரிஃபை பண்ண பிறகு தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இன்ஸ்டால்மெண்ட்டே பே பண்ண முடியும். ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் பண்ணிக்கலாம். பண்ணலாம் பண்ணலாம். நான் ப்ரையரா வந்துட்டு சேஃப்டிக்காக நான் இப்படி பண்ண சொல்றேன். அவர் இப்படி கிரெடிட் கார்டு பண்ணா கூட அதுல டிரான்சாக்ஷன் நம்பர் வரும் இல்லையா, அது கூட எடுத்து உங்களுக்கு மெயில் பண்ணிடலாம்.
பேமெண்ட் நம்ம சைடு வரணும். இவரு ஒழுங்கா பேமெண்ட் வந்தாலே காணும். அதுக்கு தான் கேக்குறேன்.
ஒரு ரெண்டு ஸ்டூடண்ட் பேமெண்ட் பண்ணி காணும்ன்றாரு. எனக்கு அந்த ஃபுல் லிஸ்ட் எனக்கு தெரிய மாட்டேங்குது. எப்படி அவங்களை டேலி பண்றதே தெரியல.
பெரிய தலைகிட்ட போனோம், அவருக்கும் சேர்த்து கொடுங்கன்னு வாயில சொல்லி அனுப்பிச்சிட்டு, நான் இங்க 10 பேர் தான் போட்டிருக்கிறேன். அவர் 3 பேரும் சொல்லி எங்க கமெண்ட் செய்திருக்காரு, எங்க அது கரெக்டாச்சு? 3 பேர் எஸ் சொல்றாங்க. அது நீங்க கரெக்டா நான் சொல்றேன் சார், அதெல்லாம் பேசிட்டு ப்ளீஸ் டிஸ்கஸ்